time to preview our next league game, which is away at Southampton. So they've started to hit a bit of form. They were quite unlucky last weekend against Man United, but they're looking okay. So we're not really playing at them in the best of times, which is just standard. It always seems to happen this way. So I don't know if am I losing all confidence in the team? This is not good. I'm not normally like this. I'm quite a positive person, and I always predict a 2-1 victory, apart from Dortmund. But I'm just not sure about this game for me. This just sounds alarm bells to me. There's something about this fixture that I'm not massively looking forward to, and I just don't know. Obviously, as usual, we know that we can score in any game, and we always say that. But we need to start getting back to that form where we're really peppering the goals, and we haven't done that for quite a while, and so that concerns me. I think also we will benefit from hopefully having a positive result on Tuesday. I think if we do go through, I think that the club will be lifted, and we will go there with a better frame of mind. And obviously we're pretty likely to do that, even if we do lose the game. If we still go through, it should, give us a lift. And fingers crossed if we obviously put in a good performance, even more so. So I think it's an interesting one. In terms of sort of like the game itself, I think I'm just going to go for a draw. Is that really bad? I'm going to go 1-1. Oh no. All right, what are you saying, Tim? You going to go for a win? You crazy cat.
We're talking Southampton, right?
We're talking Southampton, yeah.
I'm going to be bold like I was last week when I got the score right for Arsenal.
We don't talk about if people get scores right on this show because people forget quite easily. I can't even remember. I did that at the beginning of the season, and then they were like, no, forget it. So what we doing? What?
4-0.
4-0.
This is the game where we get we get it back. I'm giving Harry Kane a hat trick. 4-0.
Since when has cannabis been legal in New York State?
For a little while now.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Oof. That is some wacky backy you've been smoking. Fantastic. Okay, good to know. All right then, Leigh, what are you saying?
I'm gonna go for a 2-0 victory.
Good. Okay.
Go 2-0 victory. I think.
You're bringing my positivity up here.
He's going right in the middle.
Yeah, listen. I think it's one of those games. It's that we always have a bit of a battle against them. We all seem to make hard work of them. But then in recent times as well, it's either been a hard fought, hard victory by the odd goal, or in recent times we just go and give them a bit of a slapping, like Tim's alluded to just there. So, no, I think we come out of Europe one way or another with whether it's a win, draw, or lose during the week, but we go through. It's all eyes has to be on that game, because with the pack closing in behind us, and then Liverpool the game after, we need to make sure we post 3 points up on that board come rain or shine. And if we do that, we then go into the next stage of the season in a very, very good place. And I think the guys know that. I think Poch knows that. Just judging by the way he's chucked Wanyama and a few others back in there, I think he's bought a bit of time for some of the other players. I think we've missed Dyer. I know we can talk about that another time, but I do genuinely think we missed him, and I know he's not everyone's cup of tea. But he's got the know-how, he's got the nous, he's got that little bit of needle in him, and he can do it the right way, not the Lamella way. He's not always so obvious about it. I think we do them 2-0. But I believe it's a massive game. I think it's very, very important just to break this little rut that we're coming out of in the league, and to set ourselves up for that home stretch of the final 8 games.
Well, I'm loving your positivity, guys, and yeah, hopefully it will rub off on me. And maybe tomorrow night, when we do, obviously, because this is recorded before the Dortmund game. Fingers crossed, everything's going to go well, and then that will continue on to Saturday. So yeah, who knows? But so that's great. 4-0 and 2-0, and I'm going for a 1-0. Oh, come on, Nolh. Obviously, if we play well, I just don't know where it's coming from at the moment. I just don't know. I just don't know where it is. There's something's missing, but it will come. It will come. We're not. The players haven't suddenly turned into like rubbish players. These are the same team that won 6-2 away Everton. And Bournemouth 5-0. I completely get that. I'm not stupid enough to suddenly think that we're going to go throughout the season without winning another game. But I just think that Southampton are in a decent bit of form and they're playing okay and probably playing us at a good time. So it may well depend on the Dortmund game how this result goes. So we shall see. Okay, cool. Well, that is Saturday. So now it's time to answer some of your questions that you guys have been sending in. So thank you very much for doing that. So let's first have a look at this question. Where are we? So we put something on Instagram earlier on, and we got some good questions coming in. So let's just check. I think they might have been sent to there we go. Okay, so question from Josh Cowan. Hi, Josh. Thanks for listening and watching. What happens if we lose the first game at the new stadium? Well, we'll be effing gutted if that's the case. Fingers crossed that's not going to be the case. It's looking quite likely now, it seems, that the tide has turned from it not looking like this season. It's looking like it is maybe likely this season, and it's looking like it might be the Huddersfield game. But people don't really know what's going on. It depends if Brighton go through against Millwall in the FA Cup, and it does still mean what happens with the tests. They got 2 test events. They need to go well. So it's all very much don't believe what you say because no one knows anything. So it's not like they can arrange it to be the Brighton match or the Huddersfield match because they can't. It's what they're planning for, ideally, because they do want to get in there this season. But if it goes any later than that, then it will be next season, basically. So, and yeah, let's not talk about that, Josh. Let's try not to avoid negativity too soon. But yeah, fingers crossed. What will happen is we'll be very, 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 very angry. Okay, so do you think we can win the Champions League? Tim, over to you.
Do I think we can win it? Sure,
yes.
Why not? Anybody can win it. Do I think we will win it? Obviously, things need to change from where they are right now, but anything is possible. I mean, we when you look at our history, last year we beat Real Madrid. This year we had the draw with Barcelona at Barcelona when we desperately needed some sort of result there to move on. I don't think it's impossible, and I think if the team rediscovers its form, if Liverpool made the final last year, why can't Tottenham make the final? That's the way I look at it. I'm not sitting here. I would never presume to predict that. Yes, absolutely, Spurs are going to win the Champions League, because let's face it, it would be a little bit ridiculous to predict that with teams that are spending £500 million on players. But is it possible that the club could put itself in position to even get to the final? Why not? I don't have any issues with saying that and putting our club up against any club that's still left in the competition. But I mean, for any of these teams, they're all great teams. It's a coin flip.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good answer. And I am in agreement. I think at the end of the day, when it comes down to this end of the competition, then you do need a bit of luck and you do need to be able to have, the ability to score. But I think, the key is just ironing out those mistakes as we've been seeing. But if we do, then who knows? Who knows? It's quite funny. This isn't even a question. This is that question was from Vineyard K, Vineyard K95. So thanks for that. This is from Dipen Wagela. Hi Dipen, thanks for listening and watching. Ericsson is the ittiest player when it comes to defending. That's not even a question. It's just a statement. He's just having a go at poor Christian, which we also have been doing early on in this show. But that's quite funny. That is quite funny.
Constructively, we may.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's hilarious.
Let me ask you guys a question, because I'm curious as to what. Obviously, I don't live there, and my reaction is, or my knowledge of what happens locally is limited. What would happen? What would be the reaction in the UK overall if Spurs were to win the Champions League, but we haven't won a domestic title a league title? Let's say we've never won the Premier League. What would be the reaction, do you think, if Spurs were to manage to win the Champions League but not win the Premier League.
I think it would just be as much as if we were to win the Premier League. I think they're almost equal in terms of their sort of stature and status, and I think, yeah, that you know, it would go down very well. But I don't know. It just seems that the English media don't really get behind us as much as other teams.
No,
it just seems that way. So in terms of the overall reaction, I don't know. You know, if you look at how the Liverpool team have been doing since they were top of the league, and the people that we're referred to as, you know, being the don't like to call it to speak about myself, but you know, we're referred to as being bottlers by some outlets and, you know, fans and whatever.
Yes.
But we were never top of the league in any of those seasons where we supposedly bottled it. We weren't there. They were there. They were clear. And they've been drawing, and you know, it's crazy that's not spoken about. It's, you know, it's just crazy. But so I do
I've
think
been speaking about that on my radio show here. For the last 3 weeks on my radio show here, I've used the phrase "bottlers" with Liverpool. I'm using that extensively.
But they're still up there as being quite well. They're not favourites anymore, obviously. But you know, it's just not the same. It's an interesting one. Okay, so a question from Harrison Edson for you, Leigh. Do you think Aubameyang bottled his penalty?
Yeah. How do you want me to answer that? No,
well, with better language than he did earlier on.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, he definitely bottled it. His nerve went. And as you said, Nolh, when you see the camera zoom into his face, the colour had almost drained from it. He looked nervous, and it's one of those. I think maybe when you're going up against somebody who just kind of looks like Hugo had his number from the get go, and we've never fought that in the past. He definitely bottled it. He definitely bottled it. I won't repeat what I said first time around, but
no, yeah, okay, thank you. And we were quite lucky. Obviously, you can see the replay that there was quite a lot of encroachment, and obviously that happens pretty much every penalty in the Premier League. But obviously the fact that Vertonghen then did sort of affect the play, it means it's a little bit more important. But at the end of the day, they were encroaching for Kane's penalty, and obviously it went in. So it doesn't matter if you score the penalty, because, you know, the players are behind the ball. So the thing to do is put the ball in the net and then shut up.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's quite simple.
That's why Arsenal's encroachment wasn't noticed.
Exactly. Encroachment is irrelevant if you score the penalty. So score the penalty and then just shut up.
Yep.
Cool. So thank you very much for those questions, guys. We do that every week on the show. So if there's anything that you would like to ask, then please do get in contact either on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. We are The Thing I Love Most Show. It's TTILM Show. On also YouTube as well. So if you are listening to us on a podcast form and you wanted to see us, we normally do Skype shows at the moment because we're too busy to get down to our pub, which is the Blue Coats pub in Tottenham. But fingers crossed, if we do make this move back to Tottenham in the near future, then we are going to be in that pub, and we might even do match day broadcasts, and it's going to be so much more easy to actually have a bit of fun. And fingers crossed, we'll do some broadcasts from the stadium as well. So thanks very much for listening and watching. Big game tomorrow. Fingers crossed we're going to do what is required. And then on Saturday also get ourselves 3 more points. Very, very vital 3 points. So have a good week, everyone. Thanks again for watching and listening. And come on, you Spurs.